The story of, in the chief's words, mercy granted to a white firefighter by his black female boss came overnight, courtesy of the Willamette Week, who first reported this. The Portland firefighter in question is Nicholas Perkins. The paper reporting Perkins, who's not talking to the media, traveled to Nashville last summer for a conference. After a night of partying, he couldn't figure out how to use his key card to get back into his hotel. According to public records obtained by Willamette Week, that's when Perkins started yelling at a black female hotel clerk, demanding she let him in. The paper reported he used racist and sexist slurs. The hotel reported the incident to Portland Fire. Keep in mind, Perkins was traveling on the city's dime. The trip's price tag, $2,300. This happened in August of 2019.
I got an anonymous tip in June.
Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter Nigel Jaquist heard about the incident earlier this year after the city's investigation had played out.
And all they would really tell me was that he worked for the Bureau, what his salary was, that he had been placed on paid leave.
Officials pointed to state laws that keep disciplinary records of public safety employees private, and, frankly, to the strength of the Portland Firefighters Association, the union representing firefighters.
They rejected my public records request, which in lay terms means they just said, that's it, that's all we're going to tell you.
The Willamette Week appealed and basically said, look around.
In this moment, race is really part of almost every discussion.
They won, and out came the details. Nicholas Perkins was suspended for 6 months without pay, but will ultimately keep his job. He has to attend diversity training, as do all other Portland firefighters. That decision came from Chief Sarah Boone, Portland's first black female fire chief. She's been in that role for about a year. In a statement today, Chief Boone wrote she, quote, weighed the damage this incident had on the public trust, especially to the black community. Ultimately, she wrote, I created a discipline package based on a more restorative justice model where the road to redemption will require work and commitment from the employee. The city commissioner leading the Fire Bureau, Joanne Hardesty, told the Willamette Week she originally wanted Perkins fired, but now she agrees with the move. She said, quote, this is an opportunity to continue to shift a culture that has been dominated by white males since its inception. What we inherited is something we have an obligation to change. Jaquist has one change in mind.
I think the one thing that I found disappointing was that the Bureau was unwilling to turn over records in the first place, and I think that goes back to this culture of secrecy and insularity that the fire union and the Fire Bureau have, and that the police union and the police bureau have. It's really important that the public understands that the services that it pays for should be transparent. They should be accountable. They should reflect the city in which they work.
Maggie Vespa, KGW News.